Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm a 737 pilot and delayed as always, but that is part of the profession as you guys already figured out correctly. And I would like to welcome you to the MD-80 once again. And today we are sitting in Prague, a brand new scenery from Aerosoft and Tailstrike Designs, which I do want to present to you today as our departure airport, and Aerosoft has been so kind to provide me with a free copy of the airport, so thank you very much for that. And there is also going to be one giveaway copy of the airport today, so stay tuned for that. As always, we will do the giveaway with a little question in between, so stay tuned, it's gonna be interesting, and you guys can already start studying that Wikipedia article about Prague Airport. Now, on a little bit more serious note, this is quite a good-looking airport. I'm sitting here in the cockpit and looking out, and just zooming in a little bit, the level of detail and the level of use of the airport over here is something that I do really like. Prague was the very first destination that I actually flew to in real life, so my very first flight was to Prague, so that airport kinda has a sweet spot for me. And I do very much like how Aerosoft has covered this. Let's go to the outside view for a little moment here. And of course, over the course of the next couple of days, I will provide you with a comparison as well between Aerosoft's Prague and the little bit older OrbX Prague. But stay tuned for that. Today we are going to enjoy the new Aerosoft and Tailstrike design scenery. And the first thing I did notice, except for two aircraft standing inside one another on the left there, which is thanks to Watson though, so that's not going onto the account of any scenery developer. The first thing I do notice is that the frame rate is actually pretty good over here. So I'm not sure how well that actually projects into the live stream, because a couple of people told me over the last couple of days that things do seem a little bit laggy from time to time on the streams. But in my own simulator over here, when I'm looking around, things are 100% fluid and smooth. So that is something they have done really, really well. Alright, so for the purpose of our flight today, we are going to take the MD-80 from Prague to Innsbruck. I know you guys love Innsbruck, so do I. And thereafter we'll take it on to Milano, where we are expecting some especially bad weather today. They are running a dedicated winter operations event, and looking at the weather forecast, that is actually for a very good reason. Okay, so with all of that set, let's start to power up our airplane, and as we've learned on the last live stream, we can actually get the ground power if we request it from GSX. So let's do that. And let's, at the same time, also get our jetways connected. And then I'm going to spare you guys to look at the flight plan. I've had some negative feedback there that people didn't really like that, and that people said like, nah, just put it on your tablet and just enter the stuff as we go along. So I'm going to do that on today's live stream, but I do appreciate more feedback about it. The weather forecast in general in Innsbruck is looking quite okay. The wind is variable to knots, so with a bit of luck we might be able to do a circling approach over there for runway 08. And our alternate is Munich, which is showing good weather. In other words, there is no reason to take extra fuel in terms of what we do actually require for our flight operations. However, with the online day in Austria, I do expect that we might get into holding over there, so I'm going to take half an hour of extra fuel, just in case. Okay, time to power that plane up, and time to go to the EFB and start setting ourselves up. So we are planned with 140 passengers, which is quite an amount for the MD-80. And then let's download our flight plan. And here we go. So, for the fuel, will take half an hour more, which is 1,200 kilograms. In other words, 7.5 is going to be our departure fuel. So 7.5, let's go to the weight and balance page. That makes it 3,000. Actually, we can first of all import that flight plan. That makes it easier. Okay, and then we are looking at the fuel of 7... Why do I say 7,000? It's 3,750. Okay, that is the fuel that we do need. So, quick look into the aircraft services, make sure that we actually have correct amount preset, which we do. So let's go ahead and request our refueling, and then we can start with the boarding in a few moments as well.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to duty.
That is fine enough with me.
PA and emergency light test.
Emergency lights okay.
Okay, they say the emergency lights are good, then we'll quickly carry out all our system tests, and then we can start our boarding.
Shear, headwind, shear, headwind, shear. Tailwind, shear, tailwind, shear, tailwind, shear.
And ALP, yes, correct, that's the routes. Prague to Innsbruck to Milano Linate.
Light slope. Pull up. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
Any skid test. Works.
Stall. Stall. Overspeed.
Oops, wrong button. That's the one. Okay, so system tests are complete. With that, we are ready for boarding.
Boarding requested.
And here we go. Boarding is starting. Time to put some stuff into the FMC. So we're in Prague. We're gonna take the routing as it is. And we're doing LK... Oops. We go LKPR to Innsbruck.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome you aboard. Federal regulations require that carry-on items which show a part of the
It's going to be a departure via Doben, and runway 24 is most likely active. So 24, and we have the Doben 4 Alpha departure. And for the arrival, let's take the localizer Demi East approach for runway 26 via Rottenberg, and then we have our transition, our start to Z3 Alpha. That is a route that I'm fairly sure the majority of flight simmers will be fairly familiar with. 3.1 tons reserve, 50.90 fuel. Fuel 7.5 with a normal schedule. Cruising at flight level 280. And the average wind today, 288 at 35.
Additionally, we require that all passengers keep their seatbelts fastened at all times while seated and any time the fasten seatbelt sign is removed. For everyone's safety, regulations require...
Okay, transition 5001.
Once again, welcome aboard.
For the takeoff page, we don't yet have anything to put in there. So let's go ahead with the let's go ahead with our ACAS setup then. Pre-flight, initialize data, please. Request.
Please let us know if we may assist you. To expedite the boarding process, please be seated as quickly as possible after storing your carry-on items. Take a moment to review the system.
Okay, that looks about correct to me. Weight and balance. We have a trip fuel of 2636. Taxi fuel 272.
Is in position.
And block fuel
Please don't load aircraft.
700.
Fuel trucker, please use your airplane fuel system. to
That's
set
going
the
out.
desired fuel quantity.
Flight plan request, and most importantly, let's get the HOTAS. So now it's waiting for messages to arrive. And here we have the HOTAS. Good evening, Resinia HOTAS information Papa 1800 ILS 24. Transition level 70. 240 at 13. Come on. Temperature 2, dew point 101. Sorry, QNH 1011. That's pretty much all we need. True message, that's some preliminary weights, 52,735. So it's going to be a little bit of scrolling to get that zero fuel weight set correctly. Okay, 52,750. And takeoff CG 14.8. Like this, and we'll stand by for the flaps. That still has to be calculated. Okay, remaining system checks. Up here everything is set. Galley power is off, APU off. We don't need any fuel pumps yet. The no smoking signs are on as we're refueling. Anti-ice on. Innsbruck, rather high elevation, 1900 feet. And the QNH over there is somewhere in the flight plan. 1014. Like this. So, flight recorder setup. Today is the 7th of December. And we're doing the flight 101, and we're on the first leg of the day. Okay, that's inserted. And let's go ahead with the flight guidance and control panel. Initial climb, probably 5,000 feet over here. Heading something around 240. And we'll keep the speed where it is. Fire check.
Fire left engine. Fire right engine. Fire left engine.
Okay, that works. The ART can go off already. It is going to be a flex takeoff. Let's do the autoland test, because autoland is actually something that we will probably have to do later. So, autoland pre-flight test is in progress. I wonder if we can actually do it at the same time, but let's just go ahead with the instrument check. Okay, fuel used resets. Still refueling. That is taking quite a while today. Default IFR squawk, and then our call sign. This is how the transponder is, or this is what the transponder actually sends to the air traffic controllers. So obviously on VATSIM, oh lovely, just deleted itself. Obviously on VATSIM they get your data from the way that you log in. No, this was wrong. Juliet X-ray. Perfect. Enter. So obviously on VATSIM they get your call sign from the way you log on, but in real life this is how you transmit the call sign information to the air traffic controllers. So in other modern days aircraft, normally it works via the flight management computer. So in the 737, when you enter your call sign on the route page, that is what's sent to the transponder. But in the flight simulator itself, but in older aircraft like this, they actually work quite like that you actually have to manually enter it. Goodwin, is it possible to walk through the terminal? Well, we can give that a try. So, quick look into the terminal then. And here we are. Not 100% readable, but I can make out what's written on there. So, this is what the terminal looks like here in Prague. And Grandam, I absolutely agree, they did a very good job there in the terminal. Especially, as you say, Grandam, for something 99% of the pilots won't see, it is very detailed. Indeed it is. And Grandam, the donation bar is the best number on display. It would be sad to donate now. Goodwin, good job. You can like really board your airplane through the slough. Yeah. You know what we are just about going to do? Let's change those settings here a bit so that we do move a little bit slower. That makes the camera a little better controllable. And then let's try to move through it a bit and see how far we can actually get. Wow. This is impressive. This is really impressive. Hello there, gentlemen. So, just a quick reminder, everyone. There will be a giveaway of 1 copy of this airport. We'll do the giveaway just after our departure. Look at this. That's amazing, isn't it? That is really amazing. Let's head over here, see what we can find. Hello. Doesn't seem too motivated, that lady. And look at the EasyJet over there. I think we've made our way into the low-cost terminal. That's probably the reason this lady is so happy. Where can we go over here? No? Let's go here. Okay, that is for the gates, and over here, nothing. Okay, looks like we don't get any further over here. Then let's try to find our way back to the gates. Well, actually, finding our way back to the gate, now that I say it, That is gonna become quite interesting. Finding our airplane again. How did we even get here where we are right now? And Flying Nanook, can you find your way into the tower? Yeah, let's do that. At least as soon as I've actually found my way outside the terminal once again. Okay, where are we getting here? No, that's closed. I believe this is where we came from. But, as always in airports, when you have no clue anymore where you are, it might be a good idea just to go all the way backwards that you came from. Yeah, this looks like it. Yes, here we are. Okay. Very goodies. Nice. Nice. Are the toilets simulated? No. Okay. Well, that would have been too nice. Okay, I think we're parking on the other side of the pier. Yeah, here we are. Behind the Eurowings. That's us. Can we sneak through? Ah, yeah. I think we've been here earlier. Well, we'll just sneak through here. And this is where we came from. Transfer desk, the other way around. Okay, I think we've seen what we wanted to see. Let's head back to our airplane, and then we'll just quickly go over to the tower, and thereafter we'll continue with our flight, shall we? What is this, by the way? Is this supposed to be here? Oh, no, they just forgot a texture in the roof. Okay. So, Matthias, if you're still watching, I found my first bug. And you know what, if you're outside anyway, we'll just head over to the tower. Let's see what this is gonna look like. Do we have any staircases? No, we don't. Okay. Lovely view outside. This is really detailed. Good job. Okay, I can't help myself. We just have to go into the main departures hall for a second. Thereafter, we'll head to the tower. This looks amazing. This looks amazing. Okay, so back to the tower. Oh, they do. No way. Do they have 3D staircases? I need to find that out. So, let's start over here. Yeah, okay. That is more like for the looks from the outside. So this is probably where things start to get interesting. Well, this is where things start to get interesting. And here it is, our tower. This actually looks quite cool. Can you spot our MD-80 down there? This actually looks pretty cool. And Matthias, you're right. Performance is seriously good. Just streaming and simming together is quite hard. You're right with that. Honestly, this is an excellent view. I wish there was a Frankfurt scenery available like this. I would probably be doing Frankfurt Tower on Watson all along. This is pretty cool, honestly. And keep in mind, this scenery will be available as a giveaway after the live stream, or rather after our takeoff from here. Okay, so we are on Watson, but nonetheless we are still here to fly an airplane, so let's just watch the Eurowings park down there, and as soon as he's parked we'll head back to our airplane and we'll go flying. Pen Boudwin, the only thing you're missing right now is your flight showing on the monitors in the airport. Yeah, that would be tremendous. But I guess. Okay, so that is it. Thank you very much for your little tour, dear air traffic controllers. But now it's time to head back over. To the other place that we know well. And that is going to be this one. We've just received our load sheet. So just before we send that off, let's see. We have HOTAS information Papa. So request, departure, HOTAS, Papa. We are at gate 20. And we'll send it to Prague. Okay, send that clearance request. Then let's go ahead and do our performance. Load sheet. So, zero fuel weight, 52.8. 52.8 versus 59 versus 50.9, so we have 1.1. Sorry, we have almost 2 tons extra. Well, in real life we would request a new OFP due to the increased fuel burn, but since we uplifted half an hour extra fuel, let's just take it like this. 60.3 takeoff weight. Performance. We are in LKPR. Dry runway. So 240 at 13. Temperature 2, QNH 101 1 if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 1011. And the takeoff weight is going to be 60.3. Okay. Compute that. Actually, wrong runway selected. Runway 24. Compute that. And we get a flap 3 takeoff at 50 degrees assumed temperature. So that's 50 degrees. 3. And 3. So, speeds 143, 148, 157. UATC message is checked. We'll deal with that in a second. 143, 148, 157. And that goes up here as well. 157. And the speed box are set. Okay, so new ATC message. Here we are. So, clear to Innsbruck, runway 24 via Doben 4 Alpha departure. Climb 5,000 feet. That's in. Squawk 1,000. And when ready, call 134.55 and if unable, call voice. Okay, we're going to confirm that clearance. And departure frequency 127.575. Okay, so 134.55 when we're ready. Just gonna keep that over here right now. And when airborne, they said contact 127.575. We'll just dial that in the COM2 as a little reminder here. And that shall be it. So, with that, we can start the APU. Quickly say hello to the passengers, and then we're ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel. In the name of Austrian Airlines, welcome aboard our flight to Innsbruck. Flight time today, approximately 50 minutes. We expect a smooth ride at 28,000 feet. We would like to thank you very much for being with us. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. And if there is anything we can do for you to make it more comfortable, please don't hesitate to ask any of our cabin crew. Once again, thank you very much for your attention and welcome aboard. Servus, liebe Damen und Herren, liebe Passagiere aus dem Cockpit, hier Kapitän. Mein Name ist Emanuel. Im Namen der Austrian darf ich Sie ganz herzlich an Bord unseres Fluges nach Innsbruck begrüßen. Flugzeit heute ist etwa 45 bis 50 Minuten und wir rechnen mit einem ruhigen Flug in 28.000 Fuß. Wir möchten uns ganz herzlich bedanken, dass Sie heute unsere Gäste sind, wünschen Ihnen einen schönen Aufenthalt an Bord und wenn es etwas gibt, womit wir Ihnen diesen schöner gestalten können, zögern Sie nicht, sich an unsere Flugbegleiter zu wenden. Vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit und herzlich willkommen an Bord. And my Austrian accent probably sounds a little bit more like Swiss, but we'll just take it from here. Okay, so you can remove the ground power unit and you can request the pushback truck already. In the meantime, let's just quickly put the weight and balance data into our flight recorder.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
So, takeoff weight 59,963. 59,963. Center of gravity is 18. And the 0 goes in at the end. Insert.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay, and with that our aircraft is pretty much fully prepared. Let's go ahead and read the cockpit crew checklist. DFDR set, HRS alignment checked, FMS set, emergency lights test and armed, no smoking on. Windshield any eyes on, engine sync off, store warning tested, air conditioning supply is required, position and strobe light, I always forget that, set to both. Fire protection tested, TRI tested, fuel quantity 7,500 kilograms, altimeters 1011, reading 1180, cross-checked, fuel shut-off, closed, cabin pressure auto, cockpit crew checklist complete. Okay. Then let's call ground and get our pushback clearance. Continue ground, good evening. Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray stand 20, request pushback and startup. We have received PDC and information, Papa.
Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray, hello, now information, Quebec, pushback and startup approved.
Pushback and startup approved, information, Quebec, Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray. Okay, deselecting that ILS frequency there.
Code operator, tower, hello, 1 VFR traffic making low pass, number 2, continue approach.
Number 2, continue approach, number 5.
Okay, before start checklist. Park and brake and pressure. Set checked. Pneumatic pressure. 42 psi. Engine ignition A. Tank pumps on. Seatbelts on. Anti-collision on. APU norm econ. Norm. Air conditioning supply off. Galley power off. Pneumatic crossfeed. Always forget those. Off. Thrust levers idle before start checklist complete. And our pushback is approved. Facing north, park and brake set.
Release parking brakes.
Brakes released.
Push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Roger.
0275, stand 19er, west information.
7737 pilots, good morning.
011 requesting I approach.
Welcome.
Feedback 275, Perusia Tower, information, Quebec, stand for 6QNH1011. 50 Cologne, South 5, Alpha departure, climb initially 5,000, walk 1,000.
Sorry, we must have been
I really like how clear everything is on the apron here. Very distinguished lines. The overall airport is very clean, and that's actually how I remember the real Prague. I like that.
Put 1000 and Alpha 5 Alpha departure, 0275.
Really nice job here on the model of the apron. Those textures are amazing. Okay, start engine number 2. And 2.
Tower, very good evening. Lufthansa 2 to Golf Heavy, Boeing 747.
All pressure and 1.
Quebec, stand 11, request clearance to Milano, Malpensa, please.
Number 2 to go, Perusia Tower, hello, unfortunately I have a flight plan from Helsinki to Rovaniemi if you can refound.
Oh, sorry.
Set parking brakes.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start.
Okay,
Disconnect.
starting engine number 1. And 2. All pressure. And 1.
Pohled do Bratislavy, Božice 4 Alfa odletová, počáteční stoupání 5000, stop, squawk 1000.
Unlocking gear.
Always incredible how long it takes GSX to do everything. Okay, then we have a good start on number 1.
Bypass spin removed.
Thanks, clear disconnect. See you with a clear signal on the left side and have a good day.
Hotel 1 Papa Lima, request taxi.
Hotel 1 Fox Lima, taxi to holding point runway 24 via Hotel and Alpha Scope Mont Charlie.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could please have your attention to the leading port
Taxi holding point runway 24 via Hotel Alpha, Hotel 1 Papa Lima.
Your tray table is started.
Flight control track.
54, line up runway 24 and 5.
Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudders. Full left. Full right. Neutral. We have master caution. Parking brake on. ART in op. That is both associated. After start checklist. Electrical system checked. Galley power on. Engine ignition off. Pitot and static heaters set on. Anti-ice off. Air conditioning supply on. Door lights out. Hydraulic systems. I knew there was something I forgot. So, hydraulic systems on and high. And that's the after start checklist complete.
54 runway 24, cleared for takeoff, winds 240 degrees, 13 knots, contact Praha radar on 127.5 when airborne.
Clear for takeoff, runway 24, after departure contacting 127.575, Air France 654.
Condor 48, welcome to Praha, taxi via Foxtrot, stand 22, cross runway 30.
Via Foxtrot, stand 22, crossing runway 20.
Austrian 5 Jewel did X-ray, request taxi.
Austrian 5 Jewel X-ray, taxi to point runway 24 via Hotel and Alpha gives way to company Air Pacific 21, taxi from left to right on Hotel.
Austrian 5 Jewel X-ray, taxi holding point runway 24 via Hotel Alpha, and confirm we just give way to the aircraft that has passed already, or is there a second one coming?
That was the aircraft that you were meant to give way to.
I'll drop. Okay, so, clear left. Clear right.
3 minutes to Sierra exit point.
And config.
Frequency change approved, squawk 7000 and twin share high.
Frequency change approved, squawk 7000.
There we go, straight ahead, right turn out.
Good evening, Alpaca 7 Echo November, radio check please.
I really like the look of the apron here, it's very clear. Everything is easy to see. Tailstrike design really did a good job on that. So, clear left, clear right. Then we go to the right hand side over here.
Good evening, Lufthansa 9 Lima, uniform information, Papa QNH 1011, requesting clearance to Cologne. Lufthansa 9 Lima, uniform Brazilian Tower, hello, information Quebec, time 51, QNH 1011. Clears to Cologne, Val 25, Alpha departure, climb initially 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
Have a look into the waiting area here, with all the people currently looking at us. That MD-80 must be a magnificent aircraft with everyone looking at it.
Climb initially 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000, Lufthansa 9 Lima.
Okay, so at the end we go to the right, and then to the full length. So, review of the takeoff briefing. It's going to be a left seat takeoff on runway 24, flaps 3, noise abatement, departure number 2. Takeoff speeds dry, 143, 148, 157, and that is set. The SID takes us straight ahead pretty much. We contact departure when airborne. And in case of any failures, the MSA in the departure sector is 3,600, so we can go to 4,000. Any questions on the briefing? Probably not. Very good. Then taxi checklist. TRI ART off. VBUCs 143, 148, 157, 192 set. Flight guidance system set. Flight controls checked. Flap slats 3 extended. Takeoff briefing and data checked. Taxi checklist complete. By the way, if you're wondering where those extra sounds are coming from, I did indeed reinstall FS Realistic. Look at that windsock. Quite strong winds there.
Milano, please. Alpaca 7 Echo November, confirm flight level 80 will be final.
Negative, I think that's just the initial from Simbrief. I think the flight level 350.
Like I said, remember it will be flight level 340 until borders with Italy. Just simply being a dick with the airways because they do see they are not forever spaces far.
Roger, I think I saw that on the step climbs.
Austrian 5 X-ray Juliet, ready for departure.
Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray runway 24, cleared for takeoff, wind 240 degrees, 13 knots, bye.
Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray runway 24, clear for takeoff, bye.
Okay. Blue Cargo 917, dobrý večer, 524.
Blue Cargo 917, dobrý večer, Luznia Tower 1 departure, head.
Roger.
Alpaca 7 Echo November, I have your clearance when ready.
Good, so clear on the right, clear on the left. Before takeoff checklist, trims, 0, set, fuel heat, off, APU air, off, pneumatic thrust feeds, closed, brake temperature, 0, engine ignition, both EOAP checked, before takeoff checklist complete. So we are all ready to go.
Cargo 917 confirm speed is 160 knots.
Affirm, there's some strong crosswind at the moment.
Cargo 917, roger, copy, thank you.
Let's not make him wait much longer. The other guy is like 5 miles out, as we can see on the TCAS down here. Set takeoff thrust. And takeoff thrust set, indications normal. 80 knots is tracked. Man, that was a bumpy runway. Oh, gear up.
Quick one, runway 24, Blue Cargo 917.
Lights out.
Nav mode is engaged. Autopilot on.
Number 2,
VNAV.
Easy 37 November Delta, continue right, heading 210, clear the left approach runway 24.
Continue right 210, clear the left approach runway 24, easy 37 November Delta.
That's a pretty slow acceleration right now. Pretty very slow acceleration.
1 Foxtrot Lima, contact Praha radar 118, 375 Fedus.
118
Bar radar, good evening, Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray, 3900, climbing 5000.
Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray Praha radar identified, good evening, climb flight level 160, proceed direct route up.
Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray, climb flight level 160, direct route up. Set, 160
Airline
armed.
Hotel Sierra, continue present, heading
Direct 2.
present, heading Airline 80.
Route up. That looks reasonable.
Airline 8 Hotel Sierra,
Execute.
descent altitude 5000 feet, PNH is
Nav
1011,
available.
reduce speed to
Nav.
20. Left out in kitchen, head 1011, speed to 20, drain negative. Prague radar, good evening, EG48 Alpha Juliet with you inbound.
Cabin crews released after takeoff checklist. Brake temperature checked, landing gear up, no lights, flaps flat, up retracted, engine ignition off, fuel pumps on, altimeter,
Direct Papa Romeo
set
5,
standard,
100, 48 Alpha Juliet. Easy 37 November Delta, reduce speed 180.
passing 56, climb flight level 160.
Reducing 180 knots, easy 37 November Delta.
Okay guys, so let's talk about the giveaway in a few moments then. I'll just bring the airplane above level 100 so that we get a little bit of silence and that we can actually legally bust our sterile cockpit and actually do that thing.
Easy 48 Alpha Juliet, you have approximately 48 nautical miles to touchdown. Is it sufficient for you to lose height?
Yeah, we'll be fine. Easy 48 Alpha Juliet will expedite, thank you.
Copy. Beeline 8 Hotel Sierra, turn right heading 180. Right 180, will be landing. Easy 37 November Delta, reduce speed 160 knots, maintain until 4 knots final.
160
might be
until
going
4
for a bit
DP
of
final,
cloud
easy
there.
37 November Delta.
Engine interiors on.
Easy 37 November Delta, contact tower 134.55, have a nice landing, bye bye.
34550, thank you sir, have a good night, easy 37 November Delta.
Radar, Tweejet in Victor passing 4,000, climbing 5,000. Tweejet 89, Victor Prague radar, hello identified, climb flight level 160. Climb flight level 160, Tweejet in Victor. Beeline 8 Hotel Sierra, continue right heading 210, follow dark glider.
Okay, and we're approaching level 100.
Austrian 5, Juliet X-ray, contact Prague radar 118.375, servus.
118.375, Austrian 5, Juliet X-ray, servus.
Tweejet 89 Victor, proceed direct Rudap.
Direct Rudap, Tweejet.
Radar, good evening, Austrian 5, Juliet X-ray, passing flight level 103, climbing 160, inbound, Rudap.
Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray, hello Prague radar, identified, climb flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280, Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray. Set, 280 checked, and that's set in here as well. Okay. So, perfect. Let's talk about the 10 tracks and thereafter the giveaway. Our fuel is balanced with 4 pumps on, lights off, APU off, air condition and pressurization. 4.0, climbing and set. Fasten belts can be released. And monitoring 1 to 1.5. 10 checks complete. So, let's talk about the giveaway then. And our question today is going to be... We have a lot of low-cost carriers operating into Prague, so we have airlines like Ryanair, like Wizz Air, like EasyJet, and my question to you guys is, first of all, are you ready? Do let me know in the text when everybody of you is ready. I will ask a question, you will have to type the answer, and whoever gets it right first is going to win a free copy.
Austrian 1 Foxtrot Lima expects to cross Lanux, flight level 150 and report ready for descent.
Matthias, you're ready. Matthias, you're gonna win anyway. I have a feeling you have Prague already, though. Hans is ready, that's the most important thing. Hans is never ready, is he?
Austrian 15 Lima, confirm you are clear to maintain flight level 210 and just report when you are ready for
Okay,
descent.
so, everybody is ready by the looks of it. So, as I mentioned before, we have a lot of low-cost carriers flying into Prague. And that includes, for example, Ryanair, EasyJet, Wizz Air, and more. Now, a lot of those low-cost carriers do not park in the terminal positions, but park on the apron positions. And we see those carriers then boarding and deboarding through buses instead of the jetways as you might be used to from other airlines. So they are boarding and deboarding through buses, and they are using... The question is, why do they do that? So what is the primary advantage of not parking at the terminal position and using the jetways, but of parking on outside positions, and instead we've got a winner. And there have been a lot of people saying the reason is cost. Well, that is only the secondary reason. The primary reason, and let me quickly check to be sure that I did absolutely not miss anybody. So we have a lot of people saying costs, but the very first one to say that the turnaround is faster has been Yushi89. So, Yushi89. It is actually the turnaround being quicker. That is the primary reason. Parking on outside stands on a lot of airport is not cheaper than parking at terminal positions, but the actual reason is you can use both doors, front and back, to board and deboard the airplane, which expedites the turnaround a lot. And that is the actual reasons why those low-cost carriers are parking on outside positions rather than on terminal positions. So, Yushi89, you win a free copy of Prague. Do send me an email, please, where you include a screenshot that kinda proves your identity, because there have been a couple of people who have tried to fraud me here and try to say that they were the winners while they indeed weren't. So do send me an email, include some proof that you're actually the one belonging to this YouTube account, and you can find the email address when you go on my channel page, and on there you go onto the About section, and then you have the contact. Well, actually, Matthias, when you say you are going to handle that, then that's probably even easier. So, Yushi, even easier than sending me the email, send it directly to Matthias, which is matthias.cock@aerosoft.com. And be careful to write his surname correctly. So thank you very much, Matthias. And thank you very much, Aerosoft, for providing me with that copy. That's been very, very kind, and Prague is an excellent scenery, as we have just seen. So Yushi, I'm sure you are absolutely going to love flying there, and do take a moment to take the drone camera to explore the terminals as well. I think my next big task is going to be coming from the passenger entrance and going directly to the gate through the terminal somehow.
Air France 654, descent flight level 170, cross Otman flight level 210 or below.
Descent flight level 170, crossing Otman at flight level...
Alright, so... we're on a pretty short flight to Innsbruck here, which means that we won't have a lot of time left.
Contact Vienna 134.350, bye-bye.
And Yushi, thanks a lot. I've been waiting quite long for the scenery. Really? Man, that's an even better coincidence then. Austrian 5 tilted X-ray, 122.8. Good night.
Jet 89 Victor, no further ATC, radio service terminated, release from frequency, have a safe flight back.
Okay, bit of silence before we make our way towards Innsbruck, that's even better. So we are still in the climb, but nonetheless, on a flight like this, you can't start to prepare early enough for the arrival, especially when you're going into an airport as complex or as challenging as Innsbruck. So a few things for us to do on the preparation here. The very first one is to find out the runway they are using. Because when they're using runway 08, we have a whole different scenario than if they are using runway 26 at Innsbruck. So let's go ahead and request the HOTAS. Request HOTAS Lima Oscar Whiskey India. And send that one, please. It is. So, this is Innsbruck, information Romeo at 1850. Runway in use... Well... It doesn't say a runway in use there. Transition level not determined, wind calm. Visibility more than 10, clouds few 2000, broken 5000. Temperature 1, dew point -1, QNH 1014. Advice on initial contact, you have information Romeo. Well... Would be lovely if they told us the runway in use now. But wind calm, I'm sure the majority of people is going to request the circle to land for runway 08. But if we can't find out, then we'll take an alternative means here, and we are just going to call Vienna radar. Well, let's see if we can actually reach Innsbruck approach already. That's going to be 128975, and we'll just try to find out with him. You know what? In real life, this is stuff that the pilot monitoring would now do over the second radio. So why don't we actually do the same? So, 128975, and we have enough one where we're going to remain on Unicom. Select the transmit via COM2. Innsbruck radar, good evening, Austrian 5 through the X-ray.
November 2 Whiskey Papa turn right heading correct to left heading 330.
1 to go is checked.
November 2 Whiskey Papa turn left heading 330.
VNAV capture.
330 left, November 2 Whiskey Papa.
Listen for my Bravo contact power 120 decimal 1. Servus.
120, wunderbar.
Austrian 5 through the X-ray calling.
Hey firm, Austrian 5 through the X-ray. We have just checked the HOTAS for Innsbruck, but there is no runway in there. Can you confirm the runway in use for arrivals?
There is no runway in use like in real life. Expect runway assignment by tower once established on the localizer being approach. And kindly cross to receive that level 130.
Quality at 130, the rest is copied. Austrian 5 through the X-ray. Thank you very much. See you later.
This guy. November 2 Whiskey Papa descend 10.
Okay, never heard that yet. But then again, my airline doesn't fly to Innsbruck. Okay, so that means we have to prepare for both though. So, cross Tulsi at level 130, let's put that in. And then we can quickly prepare for the rest as well. So, we are flying through class Echo airspace, so we'll take 220 knots below flight level 130. Which means we can delete this one. Forecast then. Let's see what we have there. Come on, where's my flight plan? Here it is. Okay, so winds. We'll just take 2 levels here. 200 and 100, and that is 285 at 30. And 246 at 3. Perfect. So, for the transition level, we said we are expecting... No, it wasn't determined, so we're just gonna keep the default level for now. Okay, let's have a look into our routing then. The localizer DME East approach, as said, is gonna be a little bit special, so let's have a look right into our charts and see how that is going to work out. Synchronize that with the current flight, but you can remove Prague and that. So, Innsbruck, approach, runway 26, localizer. Ah, here we go. Lock DME East. Perfect. That's what we need. And then we take the visual approach chart as well. So, frequencies 110.1. Top of descent already coming in. I told you it's a very short flight. Then we have 254 on the courses. (254) and 254. And the minimums, well, that is going to vary a little bit depending on the approach that we are going to do. But we'll just take the straight in here. We'll take 3,700. Which is set. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Are you ready for the approach briefing? Threats for the arrival. Obviously the last minute runway change is a thing, so we only get it from the tower, and then we might be doing the circle to land approach. So let's start at the very beginning. The aircraft is in a good shape. We don't have any NOTAMs affecting our arrival, and we do not have any any bad weather. Starts are crossing airspace class Echo up to level 125. That's why I've reduced the speed 220 knots on below level 130. So for the arrival, we are going to come in via Tulsi, and we do have Tulsi down here, and that is going to be above 9,500. Instead, we've changed it to level 130 or below. From Tulsi to Rattenberg, and Rattenberg above 9,500 is in. And from there we join the localizer DME East approach, Rattenberg outbound to Advik, and at Advik let's take a speed limit here of 180 knots maximum. Like this. And then we have the final approach fix at 19 DME in 9,500 feet. We have lock 17 DME, 8,700 feet, that's in. Block 14, 7,500 feet is in, and then 9 DME, 5,500 feet, and there is a threat there that the glide slope can be unreliable outside of that distance. So what we are going to do, we'll change these altitudes to become at altitudes instead of above altitudes, and then we'll have to use VNAV to guide us down until we are 10 miles from the ILS. Only at 10 miles we can actually use the autopilot's approach mode to capture the glide slope. Okay, then, and Mike Lima 26, 4,400 feet, that is in as well. From there, we are either going to go straight in for the straight in landing at runway 26, or we are going to fly the circle to land approach, which we do have on here. So, we're coming in via 11.1, that refers to the chart number, that one, and that one. So, having established effective external visual references between 6.3 miles and the missed approach point, the flight shall be continued with visual reference either straight into runway 26, distance depending on missed approach versus missed approach climb performance, or onto a right-hand circuit for runway 08. The prescribed minimum flight visibility shall be observed during the visual part of the procedure. So, minimum visibility, let's try to find that. Circle to land, we have a 4% missed approach gradient, 3,700 meter, flight visibility 5,000 meters. Okay, so we are forecast to have that today. And reset FGCP altitude. Okay, they said they wanted us at 130, so let's go ahead and do that. Pre-selected, and VNAV is still active. So, circle to land then. At 4.2 miles we're going to break out on a 230 track until we are passing the power lines. From the power lines we make a right-hand turn onto 264 until 3.5 dB from Oscar Echo Victor, and then we'll fly the right-hand turn towards the final approach. We will get pretty close to the terrain on this one, so terrain warnings might come off. And we have a note here that a visual cue for the turn to final approach is the church axioms for the right for the start of the right base. We are going to fly the entire thing, if we do the breakout, until we're abeam in gear down and flap 15, and we will select landing flaps 40 when we are on the right hand downwind here, complete the landing check, and then commence our final approach. Okay, go around then. In case we do have to go around while we are at any point on the circling approach, we will make a climbing right hand turn back towards the instrument runway, and then we'll just join the published missed approach procedure of the localizer DV East approach. So what they say over here is the go around is a left turn towards Romeo Uniform Mike, and then we join the outbound. And if we go around on the circling, we'll just make it with a right turn, direct to Romeo Uniform Mike, and then from there we are going to join the published missed approach. So that is incorrect in the FMC here. We won't do vectors, but we'll go Romeo Uniform Mike until 14 dB and then left to Rattenberg. Therefore we can set some nav aids over there, which is going to be 320 on ADF number 1, and then 303 Rattenberg on ADF number 2. Like this. Okay, and that means that on the RMI we'll select ADF and ADF, as we'll need both ADFs for this procedures. Okay, let's calculate a bit of landing performance as well then. Let's get rid of the Navigraph charts, and instead what we are going to do is landing. Innsbruck, dry. Wind was calm, temperature 1 degree. And let's find that QNH once more. 1014. Okay, flap 40 landing, we'll calculate runway 28. And auto brakes medium, reverse yes. Okay, landing weight, let's find that out. Landing fuel 5.3. That means we are going to use 300 kilos, which is 58 tons. Calculate, and final approach speed 133. Factor distance 2124. 2124 is quite long, because the actual runway length is only 2000. Okay, so we have to use autobrakes maximum then. Let's calculate that again. That's better. 1586. So that's what we'll use. Okay. So, quick setup over here. The flap, the dial of flap selector can be stowed. How did I change that? Ah, wrong button, okay. So, landing data, 59 tons, happy with that. And flaps 40, okay. Speed box, all set. And that's it. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. Any questions about the approach briefing? Probably not. Then let's read the descent checklist. Approach and landing briefing performed. Flight guidance system set. TRI. Go around. Landing data confirmed. Speedbox set. Altimeters. Standard course checked. Hydraulic system. Aux chance high, and pressurization checked. Descent checklist complete. Then I'll take a very small break of a single minute, and then we'll call approach. Okay, I'm back, and at this very moment we get the contact me. Very good. Then 128975.
This 24 Mike Bravo, speed 180 knots until 6 miles.
And we had HOTAS Romeo. Innsbruck radar hello, Austrian 5, Juliet, X-ray, descending level 130, Imont, Tulsi, information Romeo.
Austrian 5, Juliet, X-ray, Innsbruck is got radar contact Romeo, correct, localizer DME east approach, descent flight level 120.
Descent level 120, localizer DME east approach, Austrian 5, Juliet, X-ray. Set, 120 checked.
Unicom 122.8, enjoy your flight, goodbye.
By the way, remember the voice of this air traffic controller. This guy is a real-life controller. So he knows what he's talking about as well. Okay, so weather's not a factor. Let's put the terrain display on instead. And the weather radar can go off, otherwise I know that I'm going to forget it.
Cleared localizer DME east approach.
Vertical speeds. Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray, any delay expected?
Negative.
Perfect. Who would have thought that? No delay in Innsbruck. That is not something I am used to.
Innsbruck approach, good evening, easy to 18 for Tango, follow 150.
Okay, in that case, let's go flaps 1 in order to help that speed getting down.
Fly heading 070.
We'll expect low hazard, DME east and file heading 070, easy to 18 for Tango.
With 24 Mike Bravo, contact tower 120.1, servus.
120.1, baba.
Lufthansa 122, speed 180 knots, maintain until 6 miles. Outside 5 Juliet X-ray, descent 9,500 feet, QNH 1014.
Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray, descent 9,500 feet, QNH 1014.
And outside 5 Juliet X-ray, after Rattenberg, cleared localizer DME east approach, report established.
After Rattenberg cleared localizer DME east approach, Wilco, Austrian 9 Juliet, correction 5 Juliet X-ray. Okay, 9,500 is checked.
Good eigentlich. Outside 5 Juliet X-ray.
5 Juliet X-ray, say again.
Liegst du gerade?
Hey, firm.
Ah ja.
Okay, let's quickly verify those nav 8s.
Lufthansa 122, thank you, contact tower 120.1, goodbye.
Okay, nav 8s are identified, then we can do the approach checklist. Cabin signs, on, fuel system, set, altimeters and bugs, 1014, 3700, cross-checked, approach checklist complete.
Outside 5 Juliet X-ray, for your speed planning, preceding traffic is 12 track miles ahead, no speed restriction for the time.
No speed restriction, Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray.
Innsbruck radar, good evening. Austrian focus 4 on the Rattenberg 1
But still, let's hope the plane is a little getting down.
Outside 424, Innsbruck, servus, radar contact, climb for level 160.
Cleared 160, Austrian focus 4.
Mother is taking bets that I'm going to forget lowering the gear. Well, well, my friends. Okay, we're getting a localizer signal. Let's listen to that ident real quick. That stuff is incredibly quiet, but we could hear it. So the localizer is identified.
28 Uniform Tango, fly heading 080, descent flight level 130.
Heading
Altitude
080
capture.
and level 130, easy 28 Uniform Tango.
Okay, so keep in mind, the glide slope is not considered reliable in Innsbruck until you are 10 miles from the station. So that means that we'll have to use VNAV initially to get down. So, selected descent speed 180, that is going to adjust the path.
Open 5, Juliet X-ray, due to outbound, speed 180 knots until 6 miles.
180 knots until 6 miles, Austrian 5, Juliet X-ray. Okay, we meant to do that anyway. Okay, localizer is armed. Let's fly it the conventional way. We can still cheat and look at the first officer's navigation display here to verify that the thing is actually intercepting correctly. Okay, localizer capture. Runway heading 254. VNAV. (3,700 feet set). Okay, and it should start the descent any moment now. Okay, VNAV descent. And down we go. 2500. Very noted. Let's see if it is able to maintain the speed. Okay, runway is in sight over there. Okay, that speed is coming down. Gear down, flaps 15.
Nördlicher Teil des Kitzbüheler Horns, Nähe St. Johann.
Christophers 1, Christophers 1 ist genehmigt wie angesagt, steige VFR 10.000 Fuß, 1014, melde Ziel in Sicht.
Steigen VFR 10.000 Fuß, 1014.
Okay, that's traffic on the Takeoff. Can we see him? Yep, up there he is. 120.1, Austrian 5 short X-ray, Grüezi.
Say again, please.
Swiss 2 for Mike Bravo, taxi to the apron via Alpha and caution, and EasyJet Airbus A320 is pushing back now.
Taxi to the apron and caution because of the backtracking aircraft.
Von Nana Ghost Mike, wind is calm, runway 26, cleared for takeoff expedite.
This is clear takeoff, we're rolling machine, Nana Ghost Mike.
Innsbruck Tower, schönen guten Abend, Austrian 5 short X-ray, localizer DB East.
5 short X-ray, Innsbruck Tower. What's expect straight in approach runway 26 at this corner.
Expect to 6, is there any chance for 08?
Sorry, say again?
Is there any chance for the circle to land 08, Austrian 5 short X-ray?
Sorry, I'm sorry, sir, negative.
Roger, straight into 6. That is a pity. That is a pity. For once you fly to Innsbruck, and then you have to go straight in.
Lufthansa 122, traffic is about to depart. Wind is calm, runway 26, clear to land. Canadian 360 behind, now arriving Boeing 77.
Okay, within 10 miles, ILS is armed. Let's help it a little bit with vertical speed mode to get into the glide slope. Glide slope capture. And that is 9,500 feet set.
Von Mark Bravo, on the blocks, danke, bis später.
Tschüss. Sonana Golf Mike, contact,
flaps
Propeller
28.
12897, correction 128.975, ciao.
Flaps 28. 2500.
Sonana Golf Mike.
Flaps 40.
Sonana Golf Mike again.
Sonana Golf Mike, contact Innsbruck radar 128.975.
Sonana Golf Mike Innsbruck 128.975.
Scandinavian 360, wind calm.
Okay, we'll keep the engine anti-ice on as the runway is likely contaminated with snow.
Lufthansa 122 via Alpha to be
Final checklist. Landing gear down 3 green, flap slats 40 extend, speed brakes armed, engine ignition both, and EOAP checked. Checklist complete.
Lufthansa 122,
brake armed.
the apron via Alpha, bye bye.
Manual flight. Flight directors off.
So 500 X-ray, expect late clearance.
500 X-ray.
Power, good evening, Scandinavian Liner, Sierra Bravo information, allow me already to copy the...
And deselect the ILS frequencies to avoid some nuisance warnings.
Scandinavian 9 Sierra Bravo, good evening sir, I'll call you back in about 1 minute. Austin 500 X-ray, wind is calm, runway 26, clear to land.
Runway 26, clear to land, Austrian 500 X-ray.
1000.
Correct.
CVA 3 Tango Yankee, thanks you holding point runway 26 via Bravo. Scandinavian 360, contact Innsbruck radar 128, just 975, ciao.
Brake up, crossbow is normal, 100 knots, 80 knots, manual brakes, 60 knots, back to idle reverse,
Scandinavian 9 Sierra Bravo, are you ready to copy?
Affirmative, Sierra Bravo.
Scandinavian 9 Sierra Bravo, roger. Cleared Malmö, Kugel for hotel departure route, initially climbed level 120, squawk 4.
Okay, those taxiways are a little bit snowy, let's take the plane very slow.
Scandinavian 9 Sierra Bravo is cleared to Malmö asphalt for hotel departure,
very
level
slow.
120 and 4667.
So, 44 minutes flight time, it certainly
Scandinavian
seemed a lot shorter than that.
Lufthansa 122, sorry, say again.
Logging out on that executive for the ATC, bye-bye.
Thanks for flying, bye-bye. Austin 5 Juliet X-ray by Alpha to the apron, ciao.
Alpha to the apron, Austrian 5 Juliet X-ray, ciao.
Condor 9 Yankee, do you need the full runway length?
Interesting, I had the reversers on and they still, and the plane still accelerated a bit.
Behind the departing Airbus A320, runway 26, line up and wait behind, backtrack is approved behind.
Behind the departing aircraft, line up and wait behind, backtrack is approved, Condor 9 Yankee.
Okay, after landing checklist. Flap slats, 15 extend, speed brake retracted. Ignition off, pitot and static heaters off, NUS off, radar off, after landing checklist complete. Then let's try to see if we can find any free stand over there on the apron. It might be between the Lufthansa. Oh, the Lufthansa that just vanished. That makes it easier. Let's play a bit with GSX and see if we can get anything. What if we take gate 8? Oh, the Lufthansa is back. Anyway, let's try to play a little bit with this and see if we can find any good and usable gate. I mean, somewhere over here is... Oh no!
Good evening, Steven 99 Alpha Echo. Information removed.
Well, somewhere here is blocked as well now. We might actually...
Scandinavian correction. Speedbird 99 Alpha Echo Innsbruck Tower, good evening.
Have to stop here and wait for a gate to free up.
Hotel departure route, level 120.
Yep, it's full. Nothing we can do, that guy just locked on.
We'll pick up information Tango.
So the apron is full.
Departure initial 120 and report to the 99 Alpha Echo.
The 99 Alpha Echo is back.
Yeah, Eog, you name it. Mickey lost the Okay, so we've just about got to wait here a little bit until somebody logs out.
Lufthansa 409 good evening. Information Tango current 15 Rattenberg 1 Romeo departure route initially correction initially climb level 120 Innsbruck 1000.
Can we fit behind that other Austrian there?
Sorry, can you repeat?
No, not really. Man, even that is full. Even the GAT.
Rattenberg 1 Romeo departure route. Romeo Tango Tango 1 Romeo.
So we're cleared to be anywhere on the Rattenberg 1 Romeo departure initial climb. Flight level 1.
Okay, well, initially then, parking brake is set, taxi light off. Then we'll have to see. Austrian 5 X-ray Juliet, are you expecting any pushbacks in the next minutes? Looks like the apron is completely full now.
Oh, yeah, you are right, and... yeah, there are several aircraft with clearances. On the last stand on the right-hand side, maybe the one before should be free.
Yeah, that looks quite full from here as well. If we go there, we're gonna block the entire apron. You want us to try, or shall we just wait here? We will not fit behind the EasyJet anyway.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I will call you back when there's, when there's a pushback. Yeah, I expect some minutes of delay.
Roger. Okay, looks like this is gonna take a little while now. Oh, someone's logging off. Let's just... And there he is again. Okay, well, we are going to take the time, and we are just going to plan our flight to Milano already.
Good evening, EZ28 from Tango on low price DME 8.
EZ28 unit from Tango in Walk Tower, Servus, expect straight in approach runway 26.
Expect straight in runway 26, EZ28 from Tango.
Condor 2, correction, Condor 9 Yankee with point runway.
Oh, in that case, we can start doing some work here already.
Just for my Bravo, stand by, I'll call you back.
What's the weather doing right now? Oh, that's lovely. That is absolutely lovely. 100 meters, RVR 400 meters, vertical visibility 200. Okay, that is severe IMC. And Malpensa is even worse. Okay, we're not gonna go there. What about What can we use? Genoa? Yeah, Genoa is good. We'll take Genoa as alternate. Okay, no idea on the outbound. Mark point 72 looks good.
For information, next pushback is on your 7th stand on the right hand side. Scandinavian Airbus 8320. Should be pushing back in a second.
That is absolutely splendid. Okay, so Austrian 7.
1-1.
What are we gonna be?
So 1-1, do you need the full runway length?
7 Charlie Quebec. That is something that should be pretty hard to confuse. Couple passengers, couple cargo. Did I say couple cargo? Boy. 15 minutes taxi out.
2-8 uniform Tango, free speed.
Okay, that routing looks good to me.
2-8 for Tango.
Due to the weather, let's take 5 minutes extra fuel. So now we've just got to hope the Scandinavian is pushing over there. We've just got to hope that nobody locks in into that gate prior to these guys all going and the Scandinavian taxiing into there.
2-8 uniform Tango, when it's corner run, it's
okay, looks like that is too high. We don't want to go to 290. That is going to be only a couple minutes cruise. Let's take 250.
For my Bravo.
Christopher my Bravo, hello. Question to Milano.
For my Bravo, Milano.
Okay, that guy has pushed.
Level 160, squawk 1000.
Let's taxi ahead a little bit.
Info Tango,
so that nobody else can just go through us to the gate.
And the departure was Breno 3 Hotel departure.
For my Bravo, feedback is correct.
The brake still set? No.
Also 1-1 behind the next arriving Airbus. Runway 26, line up and wait behind. Backtrack is approved behind.
Line up and wait runway 26 behind landing Airbus A320. Backtrack approve Austrian 1-1.
That Swiss is not parking behind the line. That would be a safety problem right now. Of course, we would not be allowed to taxi behind him. But for now, let's continue straight ahead, and we'll just put ourselves in the line over here. Okay, maybe if they can taxi forward a little bit, might be able to just about fit in. Yeah. If he goes a little bit forward, we are able to fit in there. Let's see how far he's going to go. If you can get in without clipping our wings off. Yeah, that looks good enough to me.
Fly 248 and for Tango Karanskit, Frankfurt Kogol for hotel departure route. Initially climb level 120.
Okay, so where is the marshaller?
Flight 248 is clear to Frankfurt via Burford hotel departure.
There is the marshaller. We are clear on the left side.
Flight 248 feedback is correct, and yeah, startup is approved now.
Startup approved now, I'm sorry.
EV28 Uniform Tango. Via Alpha 28, then ciao. Wow, Alpha to go 1, EV28 Uniform Tango, good evening.
And here we are.
Awesome.
Okay, Parking brake set, APU on. Engines shut off.
EV8 Tango Yankee, do you need the full runway length?
Okay, silence. So, parking checklist. Fuel tank pumps, one on, aux trans hydraulic pumps will remain on until the doors are open. Parking brake set, parking checklist complete. Okay, that was an interesting wait. It's been a long while since I've had an absolutely full apron in Flight Sim. That has indeed been a very long while. Okay, and the flaps can go up as well now. And yeah, you are absolutely right. This is not the original texture that comes with the Mad Dog. It is high definition cockpit that I downloaded from flightsim.to. Very, very good thing. And I could not see any influence on the frame rate as well. So, very good job there on that. And let me see if I can find the link for you guys. Oh, wow, good point. Beacon. I keep forgetting it in this plane. I'm just not used to having to reach to the right side over there. Very good point, thanks. Did I do the rest? Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, looks like I covered the rest. Okay, perfect. Then we can start saying goodbye to the passengers as soon as GSX is ready. And in the meantime, I know that you guys are always very eager to see my landing performance. So, here you go. That's the route of flight we did. Pretty straight line overall. But all we care about is actually this.
Passengers deboarding starting.
View the full landing report, please. Okay, so here's our aiming point. We touched down a bit behind it, but not even a marker. We are dead on the center line and 86, 86, man. 86 feet a minute. After all, very good landing. Very good landing indeed. Happy with that. Then let's go on for the next sector. Okay, and I promised you that I would tell you the cockpit mod that I used, and the link is just about to go into the comments down here right now. And Rodon, yeah, it is raining passengers here. Look at that! How unbelievable is that? Look at the passengers down here. What on earth? What on earth? That is unbelievable once again. Absolutely unbelievable. Let's take a short moment. I know that you guys like finding the tower, so why don't we just about go to the drone and head over to the tower. Well, okay. Somebody with a camera up here, but no internal model whatsoever. This is OpX Innsbruck, by the way. This is OpX. Can we at least get a good spotting position? Yeah, this looks alright. Oops. This looks alright, I guess, but I've seen better. And it's still raining passengers. On the positive side, for every passenger that's raining down, there is also a passenger that's going up to heaven. Okay, well, I've had enough. I've absolutely had enough. Let's go back to our aircraft. So, EFF, let's get the latest SimBrief OFP. And here we go. Weather at Linate, very bad. Weather at Genoa is okay. So, they are keeping up their promise. The weather is as bad as they promised. I love to see that. Okay, so, oh no, this is this in pounds? I need to recalculate. Pounds is not for us. Stand by 1. Then the question, of course, is how much extra fuel are we going to take with the weather that we are expecting now? And I can tell you that much, it is going to be quite a bit. What I cannot tell you yet is how much it is actually going to be, because prior to doing that we have to do a little bit of stuff. Anyway, let's update that flight plan once more. And we have OFP number 3 now, and this one is in kilos. Better. Okay, 5,800 they say. Now I would say we take fuel for, well, let's take half an hour holding. And then a second approach as well. So, that's 2.5 tons. Basically, I'm taking fuel for 1 hour extra now. So 2.5 tons on top, which gives us 8.4. Yeah, 8.4 should be good. Then weight and balance, import. And then 8.4, that means we need... Can we even take 4,400 per wing? Does that fit? No. Okay. What is the maximum that fits into the wings here? Isn't it like 4 tons or something? Yeah. Okay, that looks okay. Number of passengers is good. Let's see for the services. Yep, fuel requested looks good. Let's get our fuel truck.
Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
And then we can request boarding as well already. Good. So, request new flight. Weight and balance. Let's see how much that is going to be. So 229 for the trip fuel. Taxi fuel 272. And block fuel 8,400. Let's just calculate the restricted takeoff weight.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
So, takeoff. Innsbruck, dry, calm, 1 degree, 26. Let's see if we can take the intersection even. Okay, that looks good to me. Calculate that. Takeoff not allowed. Okay. Then let's take the packs off. Does that work? Nope. Okay, then we need to take the full length. Max takeoff weight 6223. Sorry, 62223. Gonna send that one out. We'll get a flight plan in here as well. Let's see what they just sent us. Preliminary weights. Okay, 50.8. Probably gonna be a little bit heavier once again. So we will be pretty close to the maximum takeoff weight this time. Pretty close. But that is fine. As long as we are below it, I'm happy. By the way, if you're wondering what we just did there, basically, we calculated our takeoff performance using the data that we had available, and then down here it tells us the maximum takeoff weight that we can use to depart with the conditions that we entered. So the actual, well, there was still the old weight in from the previous flight, but that doesn't matter too much. All that we care about down here is the maximum takeoff weight. And that is calculated at 62,223. So that is the maximum limit to which we can actually load up the aircraft. So, runway 26 for the departure, and we set the first waypoint is Brno. Is there no sit available anymore for this? That is what it looks like. Let's have a look into the charts and see about it. So, let's go for a new flight. Import from SimBrief. Open. Synchronize, and we have to take a different runway. That's gonna be runway 26 today. And it doesn't seem to like that sit. Okay, we have to see how they are gonna do it. We'll probably get a rerouting from air traffic control. Oh no, there is a Brno 3 hotel. Just not in the FMC, it seems. Okay. Well, we're gonna try that once more. Departure, 26. No, we don't have it. Okay, do we have something similar? Actually, is this departure even suitable for our aircraft? That would be the first question. Yeah. Category Charlie and Delta aircraft can fly this. Okay. Then, how does the textual description read? Climb visually on runway track 1.2 DME. Turn right. Right? Ah, yeah. Slight right turn there. 272 until 3.3 DME. Then turn visually left with a 160 knots and 25 degrees of bank. Join Oscar Echo Juliet on course 065 to Oscar Echo Juliet. Then turn right to India November November. And then 180 bearing to Breno. Okay. In other words, what do we need for the setup? Because we'll have to fly this manually. 11.1 on nav 2, 109.7 on nav 1. So we have to fly the SID conventionally, which is fine for me. 065 on the course over here. Oh boy. Come on, you can do it. Perfect. What are those people doing? No comment whatsoever. Absolutely no comment whatsoever. Okay, so, we'll fly that one towards Rum. And Rum is on the left ADF. In other words, the RMI stays on ADF. And then, from Oscar Echo Juliet, it's going to be a right turn, maximum 165 knots. Towards Innsbruck NDB 420. Okay, so we take 420 in here. On the right ADF. And that's selected down here as well. And then we proceed to Breno. Okay, so in the FMC, we stay with a direct to Breno. Oh, that has to be fine for it, then. Arrival, let's quickly put something in there as well. We're coming from Lucille, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see that real quick. Yep, from Lucille. And that one adds at Codogno. And then we will need the ILS Zulu from Charlie Delta Oscar, okay. Zulu, Charlie Oscar Delta. Activate, and we'll execute that. Okay, this is going to be an interesting departure, flying that one raw data in an aircraft that we are not so familiar with. That is certainly going to be an interesting one. But that's the fun of it. Okay, so 2.8 reserves, 49.3, 8.4, and a normal fuel schedule, flight level 250. Cruise wind 274 at 25. ISA deviation -6. And transition altitude 10,001. Okay. Boy, I didn't expect that we would be doing so many interesting things today. Okay, refueling is complete. 8.3, good enough. We never got that GPU that we requested. Good job. Well, I guess I just don't care anymore, do I? I really shouldn't. Would be more healthy if I didn't. Okay, destination field elevation 350. Like this, and the QNH over in Leonardo 1013. Set. So, we have the 7th of December. Flight number is going to be 102. Second leg of the day. Insert. Don't need to do any of those tests anymore. Initial climb. Does the chart tell us anything? By ATC. Okay, then we're just gonna set something high. I believe 13,000 or so. They do like these numbers here. Well, flight directors are gonna stay off for the takeoff. We will do a full thrust takeoff. Set that field elevation, and that looks like that is mostly it. What's our call sign? Can change that. 7 Charlie Quebec. Enter. Okay, let's see if they have PDC up here. Request, HOTAS, Lovi. Send, yes please, thank you very much. And here we go with information Tango. Wind is still calm, clouds good, temperature 1014. Information Tango. So, PDC request, Tango, gate, well they don't have any gates up here, and we send it to Innsbruck. And we can already tell them full runway length required. Okay. Looks good. Send. So now it's up to air traffic control to get us our data. And looking at this, I forgot the star. Ah. Wireless 36, Charlie Oscar Delta, and where is Lucille? What is it gonna be? Lucille to Alpha, Lucille to Charlie? Alpha. That looks better. Yoshi 89, why not put Innsbruck before Breno so you can activate direct Innsbruck after the right turn? We could do that. But the primary reason I don't want to do it is because after Innsbruck, if we have a look at the chart, we have to intercept a certain track towards Breno. So they want us on a 180 track. I'm a little afraid the thing might not do it correctly. We can of course give it a try. Innsbruck Breno. Yeah, okay, 181 versus 180, that is good enough. That works. I'll execute that. And if we want to make it even more fancy, we could even put Oscar Echo Juliet before it. Because it should have the ILS DME in here as well. So we can do this. And if we really want to, then we can also tell it Oscar Echo Juliet above 77. I wonder why it's exactly 77. Well, we're gonna put that in, and then Innsbruck 165 knots. Okay, it doesn't like that. I don't care. We're gonna fly raw data anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But you're right, we can do that. Okay, let's get rid of the charts once again. Let's get the ADFs shown on our compass. And then it's primarily waiting for the boarding to finish. In the meantime, we can go ahead with the cockpit crew checklist. DFDR set, HRS alignment checked, FMS set, emergency lights armed, no smoking on, windshield anti-ice on, engine sync off, store warning checked, air conditioning supply on, position and strobe light in both, fire protection tested, TRI tested, fuel quantity 8,300 kilograms on board, 6,300 kilograms required, altimeters 1014 set, fuel shut off closed, cabin pressure auto, cockpit crew checklist complete. Let's see if we have gotten our PDC in the meantime. Nope. Okay, then we'll get clearance ourselves. Might make our life easier as well.
You mean Eurowings 288?
UA-Firm.
Check jetzt nochmal.
Ja, immer noch nur die Eurowings 255.
Exportar Servus, Yoke calls from Mike, TVM 900, Tatiepen North, request startup and clearance to destination, Lima, India, Quebec Whiskey, if possible, visual to Brainer.
Air Force 259er, hello, 9,500 feet. Air Force 259er, good evening, sir. Stand by, call you back. 32 for my Bravo, contact Innsbruck 128.975, ciao.
128.975, bye-bye.
Oscar Mike Victor, short before Mike 1, 4,000 feet.
Oscar Mike Victor, frequency change of code, ciao.
Leaving frequency, ciao, Oscar Mike Victor.
Not 6017, wind column 26, clear to land.
Wind copy, clear to land, runway 26, Oscar 017.
Air Force 259er, expect spread in approach.
Too busy even to get an IFR clearance right now. But I'm sure we'll get there eventually.
Sorry, can you repeat Air Force 259er? Air Force 259er, expect straight in approach, runway 26. Expecting straight in approach, runway 26, Air Force 259er. Last station calling for push and start, take all sign.
And Bootwin, in Navigraph you can select Breno to
Yeah,
Juliet.
that's at the
Now
same
that
time
is
as
in the
number 1 to
FMC,
2
but that is not what we're about to do, because they have runway 26 for the departures. And the 2 Juliet is for runway 08.
At the other station?
Oscar calls Mike, request clearance.
Yeah, so you're number 4, I call you back.
Oh no.
Flight 248, contact Innsbruck, radar 128, decimal 975, ciao.
128, decimal 975, vielen Dank.
Innsbruck Tower, hello, Austrian 7 Charlie, Quebec, information Tango, request clearance as number 5.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yo. In other words, it's gonna be a while until he has our clearance.
Oscar Echo Golf Hotel Mike Taxi, holding point 26 via Bravo.
2126 via Bravo, and for your information, no techniques required for the departure.
Okay, so let's see how big that outbound
Polar
queue
Bear to Echo Bravo,
actually is.
let's go.
Yep, absolutely full. Look at this, absolutely full the apron.
Einfach. Yeah, clear to destination Lima, India, Quebec, Whiskey via Breno, Hotel, departure route, initially climb level 160, stroke 1000.
And that looks air well. It's been a while until I've seen Innsbruck look like this. It's really been a while. Look at that, the British Airways decides to take off right from the gates. One general aviation coming from there, another guy taking off.
Wow. Taxi. 499 Yankee Romeo taxi holding point runway 26 via Bravo. Holding plate 56 via Bravo, easy 49 Yankee Romeo. 999 Alpha Echo, are you able to hold short? To hold the position for a moment?
We'll attempt to hold. Echo, we're holding now to 999 Alpha.
What's the 1 to do? Thanks for you, are able? Yeah, you are able to hold. Thanks for looking out. Yeah, thank you.
How long is the wait over here?
Make way to the Cessna citation, which is...
Oh, there actually is no wait
side,
over here.
Right to the left.
In other words, with a bit of luck, we might be able...
Patron 259, wind call, runway 26, clear to land.
Once GSX is ready, we may be able just to go straight away.
017 via Alpha to the Apron, ciao.
But let's see about that.
Alpha to the Apron, thank you, bye, 6017.
Innsbruck Tower, Victor Tango Bravo 600, good evening.
And Simon, the funny quirks Watson Velocity gave us. Actually, this is not, all those aircraft looking that strange, it's not from Velocity, but that is actually people using GSX. Because Velocity only forwards what GSX inserts into the simulator.
Actually, 75 X-ray Mike, ready to come.
Go ahead, Luxor 7 X-ray Mike.
Luxor 75 X-ray Mike, clears destination Lima, India Papa Echo, Breno 2 Juliet, departure, disregard, Breno 3 Hotel, departure, route initially climb level 160, squawk 1000.
Okay, so where are we right now?
To Bologna, Breno 3 Hotel, departure route, initial climb, flight level 160, squawking 1000.
Really busy. Luckily, the Italians are online until 10 o'clock UTC, and it's only a 40-minute flight, so if we go within the next 40 minutes or so, then it will be good for us.
Luxor 75 X-ray Mike, request startup and power back.
Interesting, requesting startup and power back.
75 X-ray Mike, startup is approved and call you back for power back.
Yeah, that is the right decision. Because if he approved both, then the aircraft would start up on stand, which would take like 2 minutes.
Luxor 75 X-ray Mike, copy, thanks.
Oscar Hotel Mike, behind the arriving Airbus A320,
well,
runway 2, line up and wait behind.
Do we have a load sheet by now?
Airbus 320, landers ready to
no.
and wait behind.
Have a flight plan?
Flight 248, contact Innsbruck, ADA 128, decimal 975, ciao.
With the known stuff in it. And then we have the true message with the preliminary weights. So 50.9, we can pre-select that. That's going to save us a little time by the moment that they are ready. 50.9, perfect.
50.999 Alpha Echo first. Continue pushback.
Okay.
Pushback to the 99 Alpha Echo.
Lufthansa 122, there is a Speedbird A320 pushing back like 100 meters in front of you. You can taxi until there.
So, just a little longer wait then. By the way, does any of you guys know the MD-80 good enough to know if you are supposed to extinguish these blue lights up here?
So, the next station would be Eurowings 288. Just to make sure you fired up to, you would like to, your requested flight level is 5,000 feet. Please report your true requested flight level, sir.
Eigentlich sollte da 380 stehen.
Super, die stehen da jetzt auch.
Vielen Dank, ready to copy, ready for push and start off well.
Ja, super, dann machen wir erstmal die Clearance Eurowings 288
And Jakob, no, I did not actually disable those ATC audio effects, but I do agree that it does sound strange. But just looking into it once more... No, the effects are definitely on.
Correct, startup is approved, call you back for push.
But I do agree with you, sounds a little... And Simon, power back, you certainly don't hear that often nowadays. Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, he's flying a Dash 8, he's not even supposed to do it. Because the Dash 8... Let's try to see if we can actually get to see that properly. You can kind of see it up here. The Dash 8 has got a landing gear that is dragged along by the airplane. And when that thing is going backwards, the gear would just flick over to the front and the airplane would land on its fuselage. So you aren't supposed to do power backs in the Dash 8 because of that problem.
Yeah, apologies. Runway 26,
Eurowings 255, ready to copy?
Ready to copy Eurowings 255.
255 to destination Lima Delta Sierra Papa via Breno 3 Hotel departure route, initially climb level 160 scope 1000.
Yes, this via Breno 3 Hotel departure.
But what a nice view this is. What an absolutely nice view this is. Let's actually take the ATC perspective.
And during 255 we request start.
During 255 startup.
So this is the ATC point of view. But easy is backtracking. You can see the navigation lights of the next guy coming there already. And he's going quick in the turn.
Let's go to Mike, contact Innsbruck radar 128 at Milan, 75 now. Okay, Echo Golf Hotel Mike, contact Innsbruck radar 128 at Milan, 75 now.
Apollo Bed to Echo Bravo, ready taxi.
Metal Eye, I've been there, the mountains and the waters, just oh my god. Yeah. And Angry Caddo is pretty busy. It is indeed. It is the weekly online day of the VACC Austria, so it is expected that it is this busy. That's actually the reason why I took 30 minutes of extra fuel on the flight into here, because I just expected that there would be a holding over Rattenberg and that we would gather some delay over there as well. But I guess for now we are just sitting here and waiting.
Do you have a station calling contact?
Apollo Bed to Echo Bravo.
Good evening, sir. Call your bank. Airline 46 Foxtrot in Palm runway 26, clear to land.
Clear to land 26, hearing 46.
Follow Bed to Echo Bravo, squawk 1000.
That's what's that guy landing.
2600, squawk Follow Bed to Echo Bravo.
Oh, this perspective should just about cut it.
Good evening. Expect Britain approach on the Oscar, Echo, Alpha Golf Mike, ready to copy?
Affirmative, go ahead.
Oscar Golf Mike, cleared Lima, India, Quebec, Whiskey, Breno 3 Hotel departure route, initially climb level 160, squawk 4661.
Good, good destination Lima, Quebec, Whiskey, via Breno 3 Hotel, initial climb level 160, and squawk 4661. Oscar Golf Mike.
Oscar Golf Mike, Quebec.
Jack, what is my favorite plane to fly in as a passenger?
What's a transfer 5
good question, if I'm honest with you. I don't really know. I would say any plane that has sufficient black room. And Pete, EasyJet paid for the whole runway, they used the whole runway. Yeah. C141B V, that guy with the binoculars at the tower looks like he's been out there a while. Yeah, I guess so.
Going 288 is ready for push with and left here.
You're going 288, start up push with the crew.
Start up push the pull.
Good win, those clouds look almost real. Very good. Indeed. Indeed.
Austin 7 Charlie Quebec, ready to copy?
Austin 7 Charlie Quebec, ready.
7 Charlie Quebec, cleared Linate, Breno 3 Hotel departure route, initially climb level 160, squawk 1000.
Austin 3 Charlie Hotel, cleared Linate, climb level 160, squawk 1000. Request the TSAT.
Austin 7 Charlie Quebec, Breno 3 Hotel departure route.
Breno 3 Hotel, I found Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec.
7 Charlie Quebec, feedback is correct.
Okay, so these guys are ready. Then, still no load sheet. What is GSX doing? Waiting for others. Seriously, still deboarding? Reset position. I'm not gonna wait that long. So, index, services.
Luxor 75 X-ray Mike, do you need full runway length?
Luxor 75 X-ray Mike, negative.
Roger.
Is there any way how we can just do an instant boarding in here?
37457, expect light clearance.
Is there any way how we can do an instant boarding?
Polar Bear 2 Echo Bravo, wind is call, runway 26, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff T6, Polar Bear 2 Echo Bravo.
Eurowings 46 Foxtrot via Alpha to the apron, bye bye.
And Angry Cato, you name it, GSX is indeed a headache. But yeah, are we stuck with like no passengers now, or
Eurowings 25
what are we supposed to do? And Ductas, they have released patches, lots of them, but the patches are just shit. So there is just no improvement. Okay, can we do something in the load manager? Weight and balance.
27457.
Is there any way to load this instantly? Does anybody know that?
Luxor 75 X-ray Mike behind the arriving Airbus A310, runway 26, line up and wait behind.
Luxor 75 X-ray Mike, bear next landing traffic, line up and wait, runway 26 behind.
Victor Tango Bravo 600, are you ready to copy?
Ready to copy, Victor Tango Bravo 600.
Victor Bravo 600. Victor Tango Bravo 600, clears Frankfurt Hahn, Moxie Trio Shell departure route, initially climb flight of 160, squawk 1000.
Okay, just got a message there.
Romeo departure, climb via seat.
Let's see what that is.
160, squawk.
If that is a load sheet, then I'm probably just heading out regardless of whatever the things are showing me. It is a load sheet. So, 50, 865, so 50.9 we have, and that's the takeoff weight.
Chinook 25 uniform, expect straight in approach runway 26.
So 50.9 in here, and that is 59.2, which is quite accurate, okay. Except takeoff weight 58993.
Roger, taxi holding 0.26 via Bravo, give way to the company A320 on the right side at the end of the
58993.
0.26 via Bravo as number 2.
Calculate.
Luxor 75 X-ray Mike, will you be ready
Quick
for...
check, can we do the
will you be ready for immediate?
takeoff without backtrack?
Roger.
No, we can't.
25 uniform, reduce final approach speed.
Just a couple kilos. Just 70 kilos, but we cannot do it.
Polar Bear 2 Echo Bravo, contact.
So we have to do the
Radar
backtrack.
128 Milano 75, ciao.
What if I take the packs on with the backtrack? That still works, okay. So flaps 19.
To make sure you flight to Frankfurt Hahn Airport, Echo Delta Foxtrot Hotel.
Flaps 19 and flaps 19.
Luxor 75 X-ray Mike, wind call, runway 26.
I'm strolling, and I'm strolling, and I'm strolling.
Chinook 25 uniform.
Here we go, 19.
Traffic is departing now.
Okay, that APU is running already. That stuff is done.
747.
Then speeds 124, 128, 137.
Speedbird 999 Alpha Echo, do you need the full runway length?
We will need the full, we need the backtrack to the 99 Alpha Echo.
Roger. Victor Buster Tango Bravo 600, just
128, 137.
Up to Frankfurt Hahn, Echo Delta Foxtrot Hotel.
Say again, departure route, Echo Foxtrot Hotel.
That guy is a little lost. My apologies for laughing.
About the destination. I had to, like, you
and they
told me
say
2
select
times
the
that you would like
temperature.
flying to Kitzbühel, but I have in your flights an Echo Delta Foxtrot Hotel, which is Frankfurt Hahn, which is not Kitzbühel.
Yes, we are flying to
Okay, so 31 degrees.
Frankfurt Hahn, Victor Tango Bravo 600.
Chinook 25 uniform, wind call, runway 26.
Selected, ART is off. Okay.
Victor Tango Bravo 600.
So,
yes, something else I would
try.
like to make sure. I hadn't liked, you told me 2 times you would like to fly to Kitzbühel. Sorry about that.
Request push to start, Victor Tango Bravo 600.
Yeah, you will.
No, not talking to me. Fine enough. I don't care. I just want to go.
Charlie.
By now, I just want to go.
People 999 Alpha Echo behind the next arriving Boeing 737 runway.
Okay,
Line up and wait. Behind, backtrack is approved.
And Doctors, which airport do I plan to depart from for the Fly and See Santa event? Most likely Hamburg.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for
But that might change. Okay. So, you guys can connect everything. And then we just have to wait for GSX to be ready.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Yeah, you say departure check completed and you have actually done nothing. And it is quite busy at the moment as well. Looks like everybody is trying to get out on that final wave before the event is over. And why is the aft stairs still out? And the front door as well? What's going on here? So, retract that stair, close that door.
Good evening. Expect straight in approach runway 26.
And everybody say again.
Expect straight in approach runway 26.
Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, request pushback and startup. Oh.
Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, start up and pushback is approved.
Start up and pushback approved, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec. Okay, that off. That Eurowings is clear. Pushback, left, before start checklist. Park and brake pressure, set check, pneumatic pressure, 42 psi, engine ignition set a B. Tank pumps on, seatbelts on, anti-collision on, APU norm econ, norm, air conditioning supply off, galley power off, pneumatic thrust feeds open, thrust idle, complete, park and brake off.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, we're moving. Finally. This just took ages.
Do you need the full runway length?
What is GSX doing? Did you see how he just made a little circle there around my nose gear? I guess that's the nose gear in-op then.
Yeah, Bravo Kilo 77 up, stand 1 requesting clearance to Milan.
Anyway, at least we are moving.
India Bravo Kilo 77 and Spoke.
So many aircraft here, we have time anyway,
Milano,
so we can do the pushback. And take things very slowly. That's at least 2 minutes per aircraft, so 6 minutes at least. We can minimize the time that we are going to run the engines then. We'll just let them push us all the way.
Yeah, sure, in a second.
And then we'll start our engines.
07, wind calm, runway 26, clear to land. India Bravo Kilo 77, cleared Milano, Reno 3 Hotel departure route. Initially climb level 160, scope 1000.
Scope 1000. India Bravo Kilo 77.
Innsbruck Tower, Airbus Austrian 973.
Set parking brake. Cockpit to ground.
Okay, start engine 2.
973, Airbus, call you back.
Interesting, he tells them we have a good engine start, even though we haven't even started with our engine start. So, N2, all pressure.
Papa bike, hello, expect straight in approach on me 26.
Expect straight in runway 26, no chance of departing right left on top of A-train.
Yeah, unfortunately not, the apron is full.
Okay, thanks.
India Bravo Kilo 77, I need a full read back. Breno 3 Hotel departure route. Climb to level 160.
And hi Ruben, nice to see you here in the comments. How are you doing? I'm good. So, the engine is starting. Finally. It's only been ages.
Oscar Golf Mike, calling point Zulu to 6, ready for departure.
Oh, start number 1.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Oscar Golf Mike, do you need the full runway length?
Negative, we are ready from intersection.
Oscar Golf Mike, roger, runway 26, line up and wait.
Lining up and wait, 26, Oscar Golf Mike.
So we have N2, all pressure, N1.
Enduring 255 is ready in sequence and we don't need the full runway length.
Thanks a lot, send roger. Channel 07 via Alpha to the apron, ciao.
Got a cutout, monitor 1. 1 stable.
Oscar Golf Mike, wind calm, runway 26, clear for takeoff.
26, clear takeoff, Oscar Golf Mike, okay.
G-Bird 999 Alpha Echo contact, Innsbruck radar 128 is 975, ciao.
128 975 to 99 Alpha Echo, good night.
Flight controls. Full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, rudders, left, right, neutral after start checklist. Electrical system, checked, galley power on, engine ignition, off, pitot and static heaters, on, anti-ice, off, air conditioning supply, on, door lights, out, hydraulic systems,
November 792 Innsbruck, good evening.
On and high, after start checklist complete.
Lufthansa 4 Papa X-Ray, wind 260 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26, clear to land.
Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, request taxi.
Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, taxi holding point, runway 26 via Bravo.
Taxi holding point 26 via Bravo, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, and we need the backtrack later.
Roger.
Okay, so we are clear on the left, clear on the right. Let's get it a couple of meters in front, then maybe this Austrian over here can push when they want to.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Oscar Echo Alpha Golf Mike, contact Innsbruck radar 128 is 975, ciao.
Radar 128 975, danke, ciao.
Okay, so takeoff review. This is going to be a left seat takeoff on the runway. What is that? 26. We'll have to do a backtrack and take the full length. The flaps are in the 19 position, which they are in, actually. So flaps 19, noise abatement procedure number 1, and now let's have a little look into the routing. We're going to fly this one conventional, so no FMS guidance available for that. And here it is. On the runway track, 1.2 DME from Oscar Echo Victor, that is set on nav 2. Then a right-hand turn, heading 272 until 3.3 DME. And actually, let us use the flight directors at least for that first part there. So a right-hand turn, 272 until 3.3 DME, above 3,200 feet. Then turn left, 065, inbound to Rum. And join that localizer Oscar Echo Juliet, which is tuned active on number 1 on 065 all the way to Oscar Echo Juliet. Cross that above 7,700 and then maximum 165 knots still, so the flaps are going to stay out all the way for that. And in turn minimum bank 25 towards Innsbruck VOR.
If you disconnect, you can go slew mode, yes.
Okay, and then after Innsbruck we proceed to Breno. Innsbruck and Breno are in the FMC, so once we're doing the right turn after Oscar Echo Juliet, we can then make use of the automatics. Okay, and hey, look at that, there is finally an aircraft gone. So that's our takeoff briefing reviewed. Takeoff speeds are going to be pretty much all standard stuff. 124, 128, 137.
Runway 26, reduce final approach.
And yeah, that's it. In case of any emergencies, we go straight at 1.2 miles, then a right turn 272 until 3.3, and thereafter we proceed visually through the valley over here, climbing to the MSA 13.7. And that's it. Any questions on the departure briefing? No questions, okay. Then, we didn't take a moment for talking to the passengers before, but I have a feeling we can do that by the time we're at the holding point. We'll be waiting there for a while anyway. So, let's go.
Wings 245, keep it rolling. Wind is calm, runway 26, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 26 and keep it rolling, your wings 255.
973, can you tell me the runway for takeoff? I forgot it. For 973, runway 26.
Did you hear that voice of the controller, where he was literally like, oh god. That was lovely. That was lovely. Those little nuances. Metal Eye, imagine Eurowings would give you their only 737, what would you do? Well, I would fly it.
November
I would absolutely fly it.
260 degrees, 3 knots, traffic in front is about to depart, runway 26, clear to land.
That was an interesting call. Traffic in front is about to depart, you're clear to land. Is there any other aircraft? Oh yeah, that guy's Airline. Okay.
Bravo and absolutely ready for immediate. Yeah, that was fantastic. Eurowings 288 behind, arriving Airbus A320, runway 26, sign up at 280 behind.
Okay, quick call to the passengers.
Traffic line up 26, Bravo behind. 288.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel. In the name of Austrian Airlines, welcome aboard Flight 102, bringing you to Milano Linate. We have to apologize for the little delay that we have at the moment. But as you can see all around, it is currently high season here in Innsbruck and there is a lot of traffic over there. So that is the reason for our delay. Also in Milano there is a little bit of fog around, which is delaying the traffic situation in Milano as well. So nonetheless, we have finally received our clearance to taxi. So we will be on our way now and we expect to bring you to Milano Linate in a few moments safely. Flight time today, once we're airborne, is in the region of approximately 40 minutes. For now, sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, and once again, welcome
Transavia 7X-ray, go around if you can go around.
Go around, Transavia 7X-ray.
Okay, Transavia going around.
Eurowings 255, maximum rate of climb.
Maximum rate of climb, Eurowings 255.
So, with that go around, things are just going to be delayed even more now. Brake set. Let's see, can we see that go around somewhere? Yeah, there he is. In other words, he has to fly all the way over now. And only when he is clear, they can let him go. And thereafter, we'll probably have the next landing in. So, we'll have to wait a little bit longer. That is unbelievable how late things are getting today.
Eurowings 288, expect delay of about 3 minutes. No, how's that?
Yeah, that's what he says. Delayed 3 minutes. And Simon C, I thought they only do that in the US with number 4, several landings and departures ahead, clear to land, maintain visual separation. Yeah. Okay, there is the outbound. I guess that's the reason why the Transavia just had to level off. Man, this looks good. This looks good, doesn't it?
Conservative 7XA, climb level 120.
Climb 120, Conservative.
Wings 255, contact Innsbruck radar 128, 4975, ciao.
128, I have the 5 seconds, so.
Conservative 7XA, just to make sure you're following the standard approach.
Well, let's see if the flight overall is still worth it.
Ja. Eigentlich ja, aber das Ding macht, was es will, gerade momentan.
Ja, wenn du magst, darfst du auch weiter Richtung Westen ausfliegen. Das würde mir auch ganz gut in den Kram passen.
Okay, dann mache ich mal Richtung Westen und schau, dass ich das Ding in den Griff kriege.
Let's get our destination HOTAS, see how the weather is, and if it's actually still worth going there. Leonardo information Charlie, time 1020, type of approach, ILS Zulu, runway news 36, arrival runway 36, transition level 70, wind variable 1, visibility 200 meters, RVR 450 meters neutral, fog, vertical visibility not measurable, 3 degrees 1013, Lovis operations in progress, runway condition code 555,
climbing 120,
contamination wet, comply with star speed restrictions until advised by approach. Advice on first contact, you have information Charlie. So, as we will probably have to wait a little bit here. By the way, this is a nice view, isn't it? As we'll probably have to wait here for a little bit, let me quickly explain to you what this runway condition code 555 actually means. So, since approximately a year and 2 months or something, we no longer get information like runway dry, runway damp, and stuff like that. Instead, they have come up with a global reporting format, which now tells us the runway condition codes as numbers, and 5 basically means as much as wet. But we can go on the next page then, and in here it tells us the contamination as well. Wet, wet, wet. And the reason why we're getting that information 3 times, so 555, wet, 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 is because you get it for the first third of the runway, for the middle third, and for the last third of the runway. That is like the very easy version. And if the runway is Austrian 7, Charlie Quebec, runway 26, line up and backtrack, approved. Okay, so.
Also 973 squawk 1000, start up and pushback is approved. Squawk 1000.
So, clear to backtrack. Then, did we read the taxi checklist yet? I don't think so, let's do it now. TRI ART, off, VBUX, set, FGS. Put it into takeoff mode here. Set, flight controls tested, flap sluts, 19, extended, takeoff briefing and data performed, taxi checklist complete, then we can do the before takeoff checklist. Trim, 0, 0, and set. And we're clear on the right, clear on the left. So, fuel heat, off, APU air, off. Pneumatic thrust feeds, closed. And this part is quite contaminated here, so we can't go particularly fast.
Victor Tango Bravo 600, we need the full runway length.
With that much snow, let's go rather slow. And continue checklist. Brake temperature, checked, EOEP, checked, engine ignition both, before takeoff checklist complete.
Negative. Victor Tango Bravo 600.
Patron. Wings 288, contact Innsbruck radar 128 at 975, ciao.
128.975, schönen Abend, Wings 288.
And Ryan DYC, nice to see you.
Charlie Quebec, wind 260 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 26, clear for takeoff, Austrian 7, Charlie Quebec. The length of the flight is going to be approximately 40 minutes. Okay, and with this, I would say we are pretty much ready. So, timing. JDAT 1.2 miles, right turn 272.
Victor Tango Bravo 600, behind for now, departing MD-82, runway 26, line up and wait behind.
Stabilized.
Departing aircraft.
Set takeoff
Line
thrust.
up on 26. And behind. Wait behind Victor Tango Bravo 67.
Takeoff thrust set. Indications normal. 80 knots.
80 knots. Throttle check. Positive rate.
You're up.
Gear up. Lights out.
Okay, why did our DME just vanish? Lovely, so we don't have a DME available, which we need for the departure. Good job, Microsoft. Probably because we're flying at back course. Okay, so ES mode 165. And well, without the DME,
Victor Tango Bravo.
let's start the left turn now.
0 degrees, 3 knots, runway 26, clear for takeoff.
Flight director off.
Clear for takeoff. Victor Tango
Climb
Bravo
thrust set.
0.
Lufthansa 122 behind the now departing traffic, runway 26, line up and 28 behind, backtrack is approved.
Yep, that is known.
Boston 7 Charlie Quebec, contact Innsbruck radar 128 is Milano 75, ciao.
128 is Milano 75, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, ciao.
Yankee Juliet, are you VFR, sir?
Okay, that low glider should come in any moment.
Papa Romania 27 Yankee Juliet, so flight following is not the service you're looking for. You're looking for control service. Fly, expect radar vectors, localizer, DM east approach, fly heading 070, climb flight level 130 to terrain. Eurowings 85 Alpha Delta, right.
And we're about to enter some IMC. Engine ATS on.
Right, Atlantic descending 9,500
Innsbruck radar low, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, passing 8,000, climbing flight level 160.
Eurowings 288, climb flight level 160.
Climb 160 again, Eurowings 288.
Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, radar contact, visual right turn to plane was approved.
Visual right to Brain was approved, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec. Okay, we'll take that straight away. And we can use the valley to accelerate a bit so that we can retract our flaps.
180 miles, LM 40 to
Okay, so flap 0.
Yankee Juliet, fly heading 070. Eurowings 85 Alpha Delta.
Put those landing lights off, they produce quite a lot of drag here. And slats retract.
40 euro. Alpha Delta, no problem. Innsbruck radar, Victor Tango Bravo 600, good evening. We are on the Mopti 3 hotel departure, climbing via 6 to flight level 160.
Okay, he said direct to Breno is approved. Let's put that on top.
100 Innsbruck radar, hello, radar contact. After Whiskey India 802, maintain present heading.
After Victor 872, we maintain present
So, we are perfectly clear of the terrain over here.
Negative. After Whiskey India 802, maintain present heading.
After Victor India 872, maintain present heading. Victor Tango Bravo 600.
Negative. It's Whiskey India 802. It's a waypoint on your departure. Whiskey India 802.
Whiskey India 802.
Okay, so for now let's go heading 160.
Correct, thanks. KLM 4029er, contact tower 120.
Flight directors on, heading, speed, autopilot, and then we can finally do the after takeoff checklist. I'm just keeping a little bit clear of the clouds here until we are above the MSA, but we are slowly approaching the MSA anyway already.
Until 6 miles.
Okay. Engine anti-ice is on, we'll keep the ignition. The cabin crew can go.
9,500 feet.
And we are well clear of the terrain by now.
Navigation.
So, direct to Breno, insert, on-off available, and...
for my confirmation,
yeah.
9,500 feet.
9,500 feet, heading inside.
Okay.
Doing 288, sorry, further climb, Unicom, channel group.
After takeoff checklist, brake temperature check, landing gear, no lights, up slats.
Unicom also?
Zero retracted, engine ignition on, tank pumps on, altimeters.
Direct Betos 123,
Good standards, passing 12.5, climb 160. After takeoff checklist complete.
Tango Bravo 600, resume navigation direct to Kempton, continue Unicom, channel group.
Direct to Kempton. Phone and change your Unicom off to this late. Thank you very much for excellent service. Have a nice evening. Cheers. Victor Tango Bravo 600.
Also 7 Charlie Quebec, contact Padua 127450, schönen Flug, ciao.
127450, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, ciao.
85 Alpha Delta, request floor.
Gearing 85 Alpha Delta, cleared localizer DME east approach, maintain 9,000.
Orbit on the left downwind due to traffic on final Boeing 737-800.
Alpha Bravo 10, continue orbit.
Okay, we are clear of any terrain, VNAV, time to accelerate. Padua, ciao, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, passing 148, climbing 160 in Montebello.
7 Charlie Quebec, ciao, radar contact, climb 250.
Climb 250, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec.
Lufthansa 211,
Set 250 checked, and that is our final flight level. Actually, this says 220 is optimum. Let's request 210 final then.
Lufthansa 211, descend flight level 190.
190, Lufthansa 211.
Ryanair 4787, Milan radar 126, decimal 75.
126, decimal 75, Ryanair 4787, ciao Andrea.
Milano, ciao, India, Tango, Romeo, level 430, ciao Alien, and request descent.
Iberia 3242, descent flight level 130. India,
everybody talking over one another, very good.
236 Torino, descent flight level 120.
We have another person speaking over you. Can you say again, please?
Albenga for Alpha arrival, expect ILS Zulu 36 Torino, descent flight level 120.
Okay, engine and ES
Albenga
off.
for Alpha, ILS Zulu 36 and descent 120.
Let's release the passengers, then they can at least go to the loo for a short moment.
Expect late landing clearance, traffic on left downwind, for right, Cessna 158, report traffic on site.
Very nice looking terrain over here.
Alpaca 2506, traffic on left downwind, runway for right, Cessna 152, respect late landing clearance.
Expecting late landing clearance, Alpaca 2506.
Vitaro 147, flight level 200.
Ground frequency 1228, ciao.
Milano, ciao, Ryanair 235 kilo, flight level 290, inbound Delta.
Ryanair 35 kilo, Milan radar, ciao, Eclipse 3 eco arrival, expect ILS Zulu 28 Bergamo.
Echo 3, Echo Blue Hat, arrival, ILS Zulu, runway 28, Ryanair 350 kilo.
Lufthansa 75 at Mike, distance flight level 90.
675, fix Mike, distance flight level 90.
Okay, seems a little bit busy. Might not be very economical, but let's go to level 250 then without discussing that with him. We can still do it. You can see we have top of climb here and top of descent is, well, 20 miles later.
Okay, Alpaca 2506 going around.
That's good enough.
Going around 24,000 feet.
Alpaca going around, Alpaca 2506.
Alfa Bravo 12 liberato al Charlie.
Okay, nonetheless, we might start our approach preparation then. We are doing the ILS Zulu approach, and it will be the Category 3 approach in Milano. That means our minimum is going to be 50 feet radio.
17 planning 1 air.
So frequency 109.55, and the courses on these are 353.
Two station calling same time, standby, Prague,
955.
Andrea Papa, Milano radar 125625.
353, okay. Cat 1 minimum, well, we don't need that, but we can mark the fuel elevation, which is 353.
Radar contact flat level to question, set squawk 5475.
5475,
Oh, that looks about fine to me.
Papa Roma Bravo 2 Echo Bravo Milano radar Roger descend flight level 110.
Yes, flight level 110 about that.
Okay, let's have a quick look into the route that we actually have in the FMC right now.
Proceed direct Chioggia, Charlie Hotel India.
Yep, that looks like a fairly straightforward and straight in approach. Then for the descent, 250/100, can remove the 240 in there, execute, forecast will take level 200 and level 100 once again.
Bravo 1 2, stand your choice, ciao.
27626.
Ocean 5 Golf Chow radar contact, Break, Ocean 91 November, contact Milan
and
radar
247 at 5.
2675 Chow, Austrian 91 November.
Runner 387
Transition level,
level 290.
let's request that one more time, and we're approaching one to go.
350, runner 37,
Vertical speed.
11 Charlie frequency.
So, ATIS,
frequency 1 Charlie, flight level 1 manner, track 1.
Condition level 70,
Ciao, climb
perfect.
350.
Ciao, 350, thank you. Gano, buonasera.
Okay, and that's all we need.
Climb level 190, bound Nepal.
Ciao, climb 330.
Continue 330, Imperial Zero.
Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo 1228.
Unicorn, Lufthansa 8 Hotel Romeo.
Okay, looks like we have like, what's that, 60 miles or so. Well, that looks good enough for me. Then, are you ready for the approach briefing? Threats for the arrival.
Buonasera, Napoli Vola 427, inbound Lupus, level 360.
What are these guys doing here?
Station calling inbound Lupus, the call sign.
Napoli Vola 4227 with you.
Anyway, threats for the arrival, I do not really see any, if I'm honest.
Zulu 28 Bergamo, descend 180.
Of course, the weather is a bit of a thing, but
Passport
we'll just do an
expecting
autoland,
Zulu
and in case we do
Bergamo,
lose our
descend
Cat 3
level 180
capability for whatever reason, then we'll just divert to Genoa. Genoa has good weather, and in any case, we have plenty of fuel available. So if you look at this, we'll arrive 6 tons of fuel. Our diversion fuel for this one is 2.8, so plenty of fuel available. That's like an hour of extra fuel. Okay, in case of an engine failure, we are no longer Cat 3, so then we need to divert anyway. And apart from that, the taxi is a little bit of a thing, even though the airport is quite straightforward. Okay, so
good evening, Flying Brigade 3570,
for the taxi in,
Austin 7 Charlie Quebec, did you copy?
Austin 7 Charlie Quebec, negative, with everybody screaming on the frequency, it's quite hard to understand you.
Losing to Alpha arrival, expect LS Zulu 36 Minate, descent flight level 190.
Losing to the Alpha arrival, runway 36, and confirm you need us to descent level 190 now already?
Correct.
Roger. Oh boy, what was that? A minute at cruise level.
Send your choice.
Vertical speed, down we go.
Director 242,
That was totally not worth it.
5,000 feet, connection limits 1012, transition level 75, speed 230 or less.
Okay, so then
5,000 feet, KNH 1012, transition level.
for the taxi as set, small threat there. We'll vacate the runway almost at the end, but we gotta be very sure that we catch taxiway Golf, because otherwise we just end in nowhere, and then we need to get ourselves, you know, moving somehow. Okay, so we vacate via Golf, then they have their standard taxi system in here, which is first left onto Alpha, and then we go in via Alpha, and we're parking up here at the terminal. So that is our taxi discussed already. Then for the arrival, Lusil to Alpha, that is what he cleared us for, which is from Lusil to Oreo Al Serio. And look in the FMC, tells us we have Lusil to Ori, NDB. And then from there to Codogno, Charlie Oscar Delta, NDB. And from there we join the ILS Zulu runway 36, category 3, ILS. Frequency 10955, set on both sides, course is 353, also set on both sides, elevation 350, and that is also in here. So, minimum for this one, Cat 3, 50 feet, 200 meters RVR, and 3-degree glide slope. Let's quickly check the approach in the FMS. Continue, we go to Charlie, India. Actually, they say to 8 miles. That's not really drawn fine here, but let's take it from here. Okay, that's better. So to 8 miles, and then we make a right-hand turn onto the final. That is fine. That is that radio from Linate VOR over here. Make a final turn, then our approach starts at 8.5 miles, that's the Fox India, 3,000 feet. And in case I misapproach straight at 2.5 miles, that's the Linate 2 right turn to intercept course 103 in Mount Tukos, climbing to an altitude of 3,000 feet, and initial turn max 220, okay, no problem whatsoever.
Good evening, Alpine 18 Delta Papa with you, flight level 350.
Okay, that's pretty much our approach setup. Complete, we talked about the taxi already, so if you have no further questions, then I'll just take the descent checklist straight away. Okay, descent checklist. Approach landing briefing performed, flight guidance system set, TRI. Go around, landing data confirmed, VBUCs. Let's actually calculate something. So we are burning 300 kilos, this says, so that is 57.2.
Blocked. 335 kilo descent flight level 190 now.
Okay, we're going to Lima, India, right Lima. The runway is wet.
Oscar Golf Mike, Milan Radar, Roger.
Let's just get the latest HOTAS once more, just to make sure that we are actually on the same page here.
Alpaca 2506, proceed to Chioggia, Charlie, Hotel India.
So, limits and...
Alpaca 2506, proceed direct Chioggia, Charlie, Hotel India.
Proceed direct to Charlie, Hotel India.
Okay, from 2050, runway use 36, 36. Visibility 200, RVR 450, neutral and fog. Vertical visibility not measurable, 3 degrees 1013, LVP in progress. Runway condition code 555, contamination wet, comply with star speed restriction unless advised. Advise on first contact, you have Delta, okay. So, then in here we take a winter -2 if it supports that. It does indeed, nice. But runway 36 please. What's happening now? Okay, good. Wind -2.
Negative.
Temperature 3.
Calmo, 2 Romeo, then
UNH
Amoxi, 1 hotel.
1013.
Calmo 2 Romeo, Amoxi 1 Hotel, 5 Transport for runway 36.
Do we have anything for anti-ice?
Radar, good evening,
No.
Ligurian 69 Mike, climbing flight level 190.
Ligurian 69 Mike, ciao, radar contact
So,
290.
3,300 meters. And the runway length is only 2,400, so we are not doing that. Let's see autobrakes medium.
You are higher, turn
2,469. Still not enough. Well, the actual is 2,099, so that's good enough for me. Well, let's use that.
3-5 left.
Okay.
3-5 left, easy Bravo. Scaling 4 Milan radar.
We're pretty much ready with everything.
Alpine 18 Delta Papa, distance level 3, question 230.
Descent level 230, Alpine 18 Delta Papa.
Pan Simon, despite the delay, is still faster than taking the car over the Brenner Pass. Yep.
Lufthansa 1304 on frequency.
Lufthansa 1304 on frequency.
Lufthansa 1304, so for spacing, turn left 1.
Look at this. The Alps, superb weather. And then you're looking at Milano. Nothing. All in clouds. I've seen this so many times in the area around here in Milano. It's typical winter weather.
Lufthansa 1304, I say again, every 3 echo arrival.
But at least we have positive temperatures, so we don't need to do any temperature corrections. That's worth quite a bit.
270, Euro 3 Echo and ILS Zulu 35 left.
Milano, Polar 2, Echo Bravo.
Polar 2 Echo Bravo, Milano radar, confirm destination Lucca.
Let's just enter 190 as a new cruise level, and we get a new top of descent as well.
Flight level 100.
2 Echo Bravo, roger.
Oh, it doesn't even take it anymore.
No traffic report, frequency change approach. See you next time.
Well, in that case, let's just request further descent.
Thank you, bye.
Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, request descent.
Lima level 380, up at inbound, Chandra.
Stand by, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, Milan radar 12675.
126.75, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec.
Ryanair 35 Milano radar 12675, Charles.
Say again, please.
126.
Milano, ciao, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, flight level 190.
7 Charlie Quebec, Milano, ciao, descent level 160.
Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, descent level 160. Set.
105, turn left.
160 checked. And vertical speed.
020 degrees, Itaro 105.
Milano, ciao, Ryanair 350, kilo, flight level 190.
135 kilo, Milano, turn left heading 190 degrees and continue descent level 150.
Descent 150, left heading 190, 350.
Okay, fuel's got some slight negative temperatures there. Put the fuel lead on.
Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, continue descent level 110, contact Milano 1263.
Descent level 110, 1263, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, ciao.
Lufthansa 7 Hotel Yankee, contact director 132.
Milano, ciao, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec, passing 180, descending 110, information. The one with no identifier. Ah, Delta.
7 Charlie Quebec, ciao, identified, information Delta correct, expect ILS Zulu 36.
ILS Zulu 36, Austrian 7 Charlie Quebec.